Hey everyone, welcome to the Ask Nicole weekly live stream. My name is Nicole and I like to answer all your questions related to marketing and tech. I own Breaking Even Communications, which is a marketing company. And over the course of almost the last 15 years, I've gotten to work with hundreds of different kinds of clients. And in doing so, got to learn a few things along the way. But mostly what I like doing is having creative approaches to problems. So if you want a creative approach to your problem, please feel free to reach out to us. If you're watching this video and think it's useful, feel free to like or share or comment. I love any kind of interaction. And if you're looking to watch more videos like this, wherever you're watching this video now, there is past videos also. So you can just scroll back. But the best place if you want to sort of browse by topic or binge watch is probably on YouTube because we have playlists there. So today's topic is kind of a topic we visited before, but I want to visit in a different way. So last year I made a 3 ways to have a gift guide online. And I had, kind of 3 different technological ways. I'll link to this in the description of this video, so you can go watch that one. What I wanted to do this time was sort of approach the gift guide thing a little bit differently. And because these aren't traditional ways I've seen companies suggest gifts, this could be a way for you to have a little bit of novelty for the holiday marketing season. So like I said, I have 3 kind of approaches here. So I'm going to show like an example of this approach online. They're not gift guide examples, but you'll just kind of see how it generally works. And then I'll show you how I would build it if I was doing it. So the first one is to make some kind of random online generator. So every holiday is funny. So my family, we pick names for who does the Christmas stockings. And every year I just put the names into a random generator, and that's how we we get the names. And so my family, I think, thinks I'm really smart, but really I just use online tools for this. So what you can do with an online generator is you basically put a list of stuff, every possible thing that could possibly be picked. Hopefully you have some kind of online store or online database set up for your products, and then you can just export the list of the names of your products and just paste them into this generator. And then what it'll do is it'll randomly pick one of them. And so I thought, like I said, I would show an example of this. So this is, like I said, not a gift guide, but it is the way a generator works. So if you're a creative person, you might get a kick out of this if you've never heard of it. There's something called Oblique Strategies. I think originally it was physical cards, but there's also now apps for your phone that have this on it. But this is a website I found. And by the way, I love how old school this website is. Like, hold on, I'm going to hide this. Look at the little counter right above my head. There's like a little web counter. Isn't that adorable? It's just an HTML page. And probably it looks like it's a college potentially or organization. I bet somebody built this as like a project. So what we do here is when we go to this website, it shows us a random thing. But if I want to hit something new, I just click here for a new pick. And what it's going to do is it's going to pull from the list of oblique strategies and give us a new one. Be extravagant. I think the idea with these, like I said, I think it was for creatives and artists, so that it would give you this kind of creative prompt, and like you could sort of take this and run with it, with whatever project or art piece you were working on. So we can click on this for a while. I don't know how many of these there are, but only one element of each kind. Okay. And that might speak differently to me anyway. So it's supposed to get kind of your head thinking in a creative direction. So point being is there's this list of probably at least 50, I guess, if it was a card deck. I don't know if it was a traditional amount like playing cards. I don't know if there was 52. There's a lot of them. And what it does is it randomly picks one and shows it on the screen. So let's say that somebody just had no idea what to get for someone. You could have like a random gift picker, and you could just refresh, and someone could just be looking at that page and let the page suggest them gifts that maybe they thought of or haven't thought of before. So how would I go about implementing this if I was doing this for a client? So this is an example of the kind of thing I could use. So as we see here, we can put a list of items and it will randomly pick them. So then I can say the number of items to pick is 1 in this case. So I can put, item 1, item 2, item 3. Like I said, hopefully you just have this list somewhere that you can just copy and paste it in. And then we can do pick randomly. And it will pick one of them randomly for us. Now, as you see on the side of that, so it randomly picked item 2 for me in that case. I guess 2 out of 3 ain't bad. But if I wanted to put this on my website, there is a little feature here that says embed this tool. So if I click the get code button, it will redirect me to a page and it'll have me do the width of the widget. So that's the width in pixels. So maybe I want it to be a little bit wider. Maybe I want it to be 600 pixels wide. I can call this and I could theoretically copy this code and it would load it into my website. Now, if I wanted to style this a little bit further, I could use CSS, or perhaps putting this code into my template would automatically sort of style it based on whatever template I had. But it's giving us a little preview here of what it would look like on the page. So that's about 600 pixels wide. I'm just going to make it super, super wide so you see what I mean. There it is, 1500 wide. So see how it's like careening off the page. So I'm guessing you probably want to keep it under 1000 generally, but yeah. So that is a random thing that you could sort of put on your website. So let it randomly pick for people and they can decide whether they like it or not. And they just might have fun pressing the button over and over again. And it's something you could just share on your social media. You could say, hey, random gift picker, like, go check it out. And I'm sure people would just check out your website just for the novelty of it and maybe stick around and do some shopping. Now, a second approach to gift guides I haven't seen is like an interactive quiz. And I'm not saying I've never seen it. I just could not think of a website that had it while I was preparing for this broadcast. So I looked up gift test. So please appreciate that's where this thing I'm going to share with you is coming from. So this is not the gifts I was looking for, but this is a form that basically you will ask, you will answer questions. And based on the answers to your questions, it will give you what it thinks your spiritual gifts are. Now, there's no reason that you couldn't have a quiz like this that would hopefully be shorter, because this one is 50 questions. Hold on. You'll see what I mean in a second. I do not want to receive the email with my results. I don't know why it's making me hit next, but I'm waiting for the part where it starts asking me the questions. Okay, so you see on the bottom, it's like there's a little kind of progression bar, and it shows that I am very low in the progress of this quiz. I wouldn't make your gift quiz super long because you probably don't want to do all that programming anyway, but also people don't want to answer 50 questions. Maybe they want to answer like 5 to 10 questions. And based on the answers to their questions, you'll suggest a gift for them. So you're basically going to sort of program an interactive type quiz. Now, you might ask yourself, like, well, how would, you want to approach that? Well, the good news is that there is this like different kinds of form software out there. So this is a free form software that I like. There is a part where you pay for this form. Like if you were taking payments, you would pay for this form. And ahead of time, I just went and looked up quiz templates to just see which ones were out there. So there is like relationship surveys. By the way, these are, I don't know how much you're on social media, but sometimes when people match with someone on a dating app, they make them fill out a questionnaire before they set up a date. So that's what those are, which is kind of funny. But what you could generally do is sort of take, so this is a 5 love languages quiz that I think we could edit. Like it's just giving us like the starting point of something. So if you wanted the gift to pick between sort of 5 gift baskets, so, find the perfect gift basket for your person. Let's say you sold multiple items and wanted to make them into gift baskets. What you could do is you could sort of tailor this form so that it actually asked questions and pointed people specifically to the gift basket that they should have. I'm not saying this is like a super easy thing, but it doesn't have to be like a numerical thing that is calculated. There is like the calculation ones. We do this. We have this for Anchorspace. So if people are thinking about a co-working space membership, I send them this quiz and they can take it, and it will show them whether Anchorspace is going to sort of cost them more money than they're paying, or whether it's going to save them money based on their kind of meeting behaviors, based on their general office admin kind of stuff. And it's not like a super complicated quiz, but it gives people an idea of what goes into deciding to pay for an office or not. So it doesn't have to be a calculation like and come up with a number. It could be something that comes up with like a more narrative result at the end. So that's kind of a fun thing. And I thought it would be really fun to take a quiz and see what kind of gift a small business would recommend me get based on my quiz results. And the third and final thing I have is you could have a form that takes specific information and you could use that information to get back to the person. So I used to work at a bed and breakfast. Back when I first started this company, I needed a second job. And so I worked at the bed and breakfast. So I would work at my marketing company until about 3 p.m. And then I would go into the bed and breakfast and I would work until about 10 p.m. Check guests in, fold laundry, that kind of thing. And one of the things, my favorite thing to do was they would come in around dinner time and they would ask where they should go eat. And I was really good at kind of reading the situation and suggesting a good restaurant for them. And chances are, you know your business really well, and you probably ask a couple of questions and you can point people toward what you think is a really good gift. So an example of this is, and this is by the way, this is a whole industry, which I think is interesting. This isn't the only company that does this. But if you enjoy surprises, you can do this surprise vacation thing. You basically take a quiz and they set you up on a surprise vacation. I think you get like an envelope that you open at the airport and they'll give you just a very simple packing list, but you have no idea where you're going until you get to the airport. And I have friends who've done this and they really love it. So this is like the little start to the quiz. Like, what kind of trip do I want to go on? So let's say that I want to go on a outdoor road trip. So I'm going to select that and it should take me, come on. And it's going to have me log in and start filling out the quiz results. They're smart. They're getting that email right away. Now, what you could do if you didn't want people to have to log in is you could just make a custom form on your website that collected that information. So this is my website. I love, by the way, if you use WordPress, I love Gravity Forms. It's my favorite form software. So let's just say, oops. I'm clicking the create form on the other screen. It's like, why isn't it submitting? So I'm going to call this gift guide. And once I have the form open, I can put either multiple choice questions or open-ended questions. So if I was going to recommend someone a gift, there might be some things I want to know. Like maybe I want to know how old they are. Maybe I want to know whether they live in an apartment or a house or something else. Maybe I want to know what the budget is within, under $25, $25 to $50, that kind of thing. And maybe I want to know one really random thing about the person, like their favorite TV show is MASH, or they collect, socks for fun, whatever. It would just be so based on that, I could maybe make a suggestion for a couple of things that were in my online store. So maybe let's see, single line text. So maybe I say, it's the question. I say, oops, I don't know why I put live in caps like that. Oh my God. I swear I can type when I'm not on a live stream. Where does this person live? And, we have this like single line result. And I can say field size large, sure. I want to make it visible. There we go. And I can just add there we go. And so then I can add another thing here. So maybe add a checkbox and I say, what is your budget? So we don't want to, again, just like with the quiz, we don't want to ask too many questions because we don't want to be nosy, but also because people just like, they want this to be fun, right? They don't want this to be this like, yes, let me set aside like 20 minutes to take this random, supposedly fun gift quiz. So you could fill out something like that and you could just share with people, hey, you could fill out this thing and I'll make you some suggestions. It's kind of like you're being a sort of concierge service for people who are coming to your website. And if you publicize it, it's kind of a fun reason for them to go there. So I hope between this and then last year's gift guide ideas that you feel a little inspired to put something online to help people choose gifts, because there are some of us who are not very good at it and we need some help. So thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Nicole. This is Ask Nicole. Go live every single week. If you have any topics you want me to cover, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in a comment below. And like I said, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch. So have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next week.